Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about KURV investments and what funds are paying out next week. So, if you're not aware, they have recently changed their distribution schedule. They have now staggered their single stock ETFs. So pretty exciting that you can now construct a portfolio and get paid every single week. So last week was the first week doing that, and that was TSLP, right? So they paid $1 per share. They paid out on Thursday. So they went on ex-dividend date of Wednesday, and then they paid out on Thursday. So a little different from Yield Max, where Yield Max pays out on Friday, and some others such as Roundhill, Defiance, and so forth. Actually, I think Defiance is monthly, but Roundhill is a weekly pair as well. But the cool thing about them, they're paying Thursday rather. So they go on ex-dividend date Wednesday, and they pay out Thursday. So for this week, we're looking at AMZP. So it's an Amazon-based one, and then Microsoft. So the declaration date is going to be Tuesday, the 11th. Ex-dividend date is Wednesday, the 12th. And then you'll receive a distribution payment as long as you hold these shares on the 12th, on the 13th. So AMZP, Microsoft, let's see. So this is a good snippet here. KURV Investment says, while covered call strategy may cap upside potential during sharp rallies, the income generated from options can act as a buffer against downside, particularly in the current market environment. So some investors view this approach as a defensive income tool. And absolutely, I'm sure they have more, content on this on their website. But yeah, obviously selling covered calls, if you understand that trading strategy is you're capping your upside, right? It's pretty much you're selling, you're pretty much putting a limit order out there for your shares or for your long call in this case, because they're synthetically creating a position. But yeah, that's what covered calls is. You're setting a limit order. For example, you buy stock X at $50, right? And you sell a covered call at $55 with $1 of premium. So that means you're selling your shares away at $56. Hope that makes sense. You're selling a $55 call plus $1 premium, what you got. So you're selling a limit at 56. So that's all a covered call is. So if it shoots to 60, you're missing out on $400 of upside potential there. But if it drops to 48, you have $100 of premium that you'll collect. So you're hedging a little bit to the downside. So just kind of keep that in mind there. I think I saw someone say, yeah, so their last distribution was 70 cents, 30 cents. So you can see Amazon's obviously, or AMZP is yielding much higher than Microsoft. As expected, their IV is definitely a little bit higher than Microsoft, but do with that as you will. It'll be interesting to see this week, though. Definitely two quality companies, in my opinion. Amazon and Microsoft, they aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Microsoft did pull back a little bit with their most recent earnings report and missing some numbers on their cloud. But needless to say, long term, I like Microsoft. I like Amazon. So do with that as you will. Okay, so that's the end of the conversations within here. Let's go to their website. Yeah, so this is like we talked about, the distribution update. So we've only seen 1 week so far since this new schedule came out, and that was TSLP. So this next week will be AMZ and Microsoft. So keep that in mind, and then Apple and Google, and then Netflix, and then their Tech Titan Select ETF. And then their the declaration date, ex-dividend date, and pay date. We've already kind of touched on that. But it's a little different than some of the other ones. And I think that's great. You can kind of, toggle your portfolio. If you want dividends on multiple days of the week, you can, combine Yield Max or Roundhill and KURV, which is pretty cool there. But yeah, so that's going to be it for today's video. Short video. Just kind of wanted to touch on that. If you're interested in these two tickers, definitely go do your own research, do your own, analysis as far as, if you think this is a good time to buy these stocks. We're not going to go into that today, but I just kind of wanted to bring some recognition as, these funds are going on declaration date and ex-dividend date this week. So AMZP and MSFY.